What's up, fellas? I'm here with Moshal, who's part of a big part of Team Shame Wizards. Now, as I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have listened to all the other interviews, but now I will be putting, since I'm outside, I will be putting myself on mute after I ask the question to allow Moshal to answer the question with some silence in the background. Um, so let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to start it off like this. We know that you'll probably get a lot of opportunity as a lineman. Uh, which line or wall would you say is stronger? Is it Moshal's wall or Trump's wall?
Oh, that's a good question. I think my wall has been it's been a long time coming. You know, a lot of buildings been building for 32 years. So I think Trump's wall will definitely be faster, built faster. But I would say that my wall is definitely going to be even cheaper than Trump's wall, and it will definitely keep Team Hormone Monsters out. You know, you still can expect some Mexicans to get through. No.
That makes sense. Now, come Sunday, will you be wearing any superstitious garbs or articles of clothing to help elevate your game?
I can't disclose exactly what I have. I'm just going to say that Captain Nemo is not going to like it so much.
Wow, so that segued me into the next question, which was actually asked to a few of the members already. Who would you rather see in a thong? Would you rather see Would you rather see yourself in a thong or your mom in a thong? And this was asked to all members, not just you.
Wow. I mean, I think both options are pretty brutal, but I think I'd rather see myself in a song. You know, it's yeah, definitely myself.
Now, what would you say are your strengths and weaknesses?
I think my strengths are that I have no weaknesses. I think that answers both questions.
And your weakness is that you think you have no weaknesses.
Yes, I guess so.
Now, hopefully you might remember, maybe not. If not, just tell me you want to skip. What do you think is your greatest Mazza Bowl memory?
I think it's sacking Duke. You know, it was a controversial sack, but it was nice. I mean, I can't point to anyone that led to a win, obviously, but I would say that sack.
And why is that?
Actually,
Why is
you know
that?
what? That's the first one that came to mind. Why didn't any wins come from it? Who knows? You know, it's a team sport. You know. I was with Dad most of those years. Never. I guess my top moment would also be the touchdown pass. That would be the real top moment. But offensive and defensive, but you got one and one.
Now, if you had one thing to say to Sasquatch or Bigfoot, what would it be?
Stop stealing my thunder.
Now, obviously, we learned from your interview, from my interview with your team captain Stan. We learned that you guys have a WhatsApp chat as a group. But has your captain reached out to you specifically and said, Moshal, this is how you are going to be impactful to my team?
Oh yeah, Stan has really coordinated the playbook, game plan. He's on top of that, like white on rice, or brown on rice if you're into brown rice, or whole grain onto whole grain rice, whatever you're into. Yeah, he's made assignments. We have our game plan, put them together in the playbook. You know, should have a walkthrough before the game, and I think they'll execute perfectly fine, and should be a walk in the park against Team Nemo.
Speaking of your playbook, have you thought at all to look to the last page of the playbook, to read some spoilers or see what's going on?
I'll tell you what, man. The playbook is fantastic, okay? We got Banana in there. I'll tell you what, man. This team's playbook, first to last page. Better than Harry Potter.
Now, I don't never read Harry Potter or cared for it, so I don't know where the reference is pointing to, but I'm sure Mocas and Stan and Duke and all the other Harry Potter fans will actually understand that a lot better. This is putting you on the spot, and it's a very important question, and we need an answer, really. A couple of the guys actually told me in the interview, wow, I'm going to need some time for this one, but eventually they needed to give an answer right away. If Moshal were to pick a walk-up song or an introduction song, what would it be?
Whew. I'm gonna have to go with let's go with Enter Sandman. I'm like Mariano Rivera. I'll close out the game of quarterback after Stan dismantles them for first 3.5 quarters of the game.
Who as a person inspired you as an athlete? Meaning, was there anyone specific that you looked up to and thought, wow, one day when I play in a Mazza Bowl of my own, I wish to be just like him?
I'm gonna have to go with Lawrence Taylor. I remind myself of the young white Lawrence Taylor. Just ferocious, getting after the quarterback, no prisoners.
Wasn't Lawrence Taylor a rapist?
Some might say. Some might say. Who's to say what rape is these days?
Quick reaction to the other people. What should their last thoughts in their mind? I guess it would be if you're playing lineman or if you're playing another person. What would the last thoughts be in the person's mind when they see Moshal running towards them for the sack?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That makes sense. Oh, that guy. I tried to get that guy, just a disclaimer, by the way. I tried to get him on for an interview pre-Mazza Bowl. A couple of quick-fire questions. Boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
There you go. If you had to murder somebody, gun or knife?
I'm going to go with a knife.
Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock?
The Rock.
Triple H or The Undertaker?
Undertaker.
Jack from Titanic or Rose?
Jack. I'll close.
Man, I agree. A douchebag. Oh, you know what? How about Jack or the dude that Rose was dating and ended up spitting in her face? Got his name.
That's anyone but that guy. Come on, the guy's the worst.
Now, in elementary school gym, where were you picked for dodgeball, and do you feel that pick was justified?
I think I'm not one of the first couple of picks, but like right after that. And I would say that I was like not an upper echelon dodgeball, but like maybe just under that. Pretty solid, good catcher, good thrower, good all around. I was there at the end a lot.
Now, do you feel that your draft this year in Mazza was different because the change of setting, not being at the Palisadium, eating some shitty kibbeh or whatever?
Yes, it was definitely a different atmosphere. I got to tell you, I was missing the Palisadium big time. Getting the food delivered, even though it was Izzy's and all that stuff, great place, but having it delivered, just a different atmosphere. I would say I don't think it threw me off a little bit. I think it was just a tough draft, and also the atmosphere was just annoying, but I think he persevered.
Who is the most inspiring person on Team Hormone Monster, and who is the most annoying? Meaning not your team, the opposing team.
Who is the most inspiring? I think Nemo inspires me. The drive he builds inside me, the rivalry. I think that's the biggest thing. It's also hard to remember who else is on the team, so that's rough. Sherrari, and then who's the most annoying?
Who's the most annoying?
Definitely Sherrari. Sherrari's definitely going to be the most annoying person on that team.
Wow. Okay. Do you have a score prediction?
Are we playing with like 6-point touchdowns and a point after?
We're going to do the point and 2 points from the 10-yard and 20-yard.
Got it. I'm going to go with 28-14.
Which team?
Same Wizards.
Do you have any final thoughts or final words that you want to say and let everybody know about?
I think everyone is sleeping on Stanley as quarterback.
Who would you compare Stanley to? What pro NFL quarterback would you say Stanley is most like?
I would say he's most like reminds me of a young Mitch Trubisky, like a 14-year-old version of him.
A 14-year-old version of Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. Moshal, thanks for the time.
Yes,
look forward
thank you.
We look forward to a great Mazza Bowl, and come prepared.
You got it. Be
Take care,
prepared to
man.
feel the chain, baby.